Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Siobhan and I'm a 4th year medical student studying at King's College London. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about studying medicine in Europe. Europe is a fantastic yet often overlooked place to study medicine and to become a doctor. And that's probably because there's not one singular country that's really popular for medicine within the European continent, but if you take it as a whole, you have many great choices and there's a lot of diversity in terms of medical schools, locations, cities, all of that, so it's definitely a place that you should consider. There are many advantages to studying in Europe and I'm going to share some of them with you today alongside the requirements, what you need to get into medical school in Europe, as well as the cost of studying medicine in Europe. Briefly. But yeah, if you're interested in all that, then stay tuned. But first, I'm just gonna ask you to go and check out my YouTube channel, because over there I make videos about medical school and university. That includes vlogs, day in the life videos about how to get into medical school, videos about life in medical school and overcoming daily challenges and stuff like that, and then general videos about lifestyle and travel, all of that stuff. So go check it out. If it's something that you think you'd be interested in, something that you'd enjoy, then smash that subscribe button and join me for a lot more videos. But now, without any further ado, let's actually get into this video. So firstly, let's answer the question of why should you study medicine in Europe? Firstly, studying medicine in Europe can be a lot more affordable. The tuition fees for European medical schools is significantly lower than that for other medical schools abroad, such as those in the UK, in the US, in Canada, or Australia. Secondly, you can still get the experience of studying abroad for a lower cost. You don't miss out on experiencing a new culture, living alone independently, and learning all the skills in life that you need. You can also return to apply to your country of origin or any other country, including again the UK, US, Canada, Australia, after studying medicine in Europe, so you don't miss that out. And then you can even learn about a different healthcare system and how it functions, and Europe really has some of the most impressive medical systems in the world, whether that's Norway, Germany, or any other country. Another very popular reason to study medicine in Europe is that it has significantly lower academic entry requirements. This makes it a lot less competitive and easier to get into, considering you maybe didn't perform that well in school or in high school. And lastly, it offers top quality education in some of the best educational systems in the world, and that's offered in countries such as Norway, Germany, and Sweden. So what are some of the countries that you can consider studying in? Well, I can't mention all of them because really there are a lot of options. I'll throw them up on the screen, but I'll just mention some to you right now. So you can consider studying in Hungary, which has some fantastic universities like Semmelweis University, or you can study in the Czech Republic. They have Charles University, which is another great one. And then there are other countries like Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, and Georgia that offer medicine at a low cost but high quality. And just remember, most of this that I'm talking about is studying medicine in English, because I really don't expect you to learn a completely new language and study medicine in that completely new language. I think that's quite unreasonable. And if that's something that you want to do, by all means go ahead and pursue it, but it's really going to be quite a challenge. Now let's move on to the requirements. What do you need to study medicine in Europe? Now, I'm going to be very honest here. The requirements will really vary by country and by university as well, because obviously not all universities and countries can have the exact same entry requirements. So I'm just going to give you a broad outline of what most universities and most countries demand, and based on that you can get a sort of idea of what you need to prepare. And then once you decide what universities you want to apply to, check out their website specifically to figure out what their exact requirements are. But most probably it should be covered in the list of things that I mentioned. So what you need is a satisfactory high school diploma with grades that meet the minimum requirement for that specific university. Like I mentioned earlier, This isn't too hard to achieve, but you need to make sure that you're meeting whatever their requirements are. Your grades usually need to be good in biology, chemistry, those two for sure, and then if you've taken physics and mathematics, you need to have good grades in those as well. You need to be proficient in English, so that means proving this either through some sort of high school exam that meets the qualification or by taking the IELTS or the TOEFL. There will usually be some sort of an entrance exam and it'll cover the fields of biology, chemistry and English. Some of them can cover physics and mathematics as well. So again, check that out based on the university that you're applying to. And then there's usually an interview. In most places it's a simple online interview, but it may be one that's in person or slightly more complicated as well. This is not a definitive requirement by all medical schools, and some may definitively require it and others may ask for it if available, but those two things are a letter of recommendation and a personal statement. Now, I suggest that if it's mentioned anywhere on the university's website, you do your best to acquire it or provide it. If not mentioned at all, then you may not need to give it. So now if we're talking about cost, again, like the entry requirements, it can be quite variable depending on which country and which university you're applying to. So I'm going to give you a general tier list. So you have your cheapest universities that will be around 3,000 to 5,000 euros, and those are universities in Georgia and Serbia. Somewhere in the middle you have universities in Bulgaria, Romania and Poland, and right at the top in terms of cost you have your Italy, Turkey and Cyprus. And if you're talking about countries like Germany, starting there is basically free unless you're starting at private universities. But there are two catches. A lot of the medical schools over there do not teach in English. There are medical schools that teach in English, but they are highly competitive and difficult to get into. So keeping all of that in mind, we're going to move on to our final section, and that's a few lists of countries based on certain criteria. I'll tell you what that means in a second. So firstly, I'm going to give you a list of universities that require no entrance exam. And again, I'm not going to read all of them out, but I'm going to throw them up here. So check that out. And then I'm going to give you a list of universities with the lowest entry requirements. Check that out as well. And now I'm going to give you a list of a few English speaking universities that you should consider applying to, and I'm going to throw that up here as well. Now this specific list is not exhaustive, so do your research. But anyway, that wraps up everything I wanted to share with you in this video. This video essentially should serve as a guide to how to start considering studying medicine in Europe, what the advantages are, what your options are, and whether it's really feasible in terms of cost, entry requirements, etc. Again, Europe is a very large region with a lot of different countries within it. So there's a lot of variability, so definitely do your research considering where you want to study specifically in Europe, whether it's Poland, whether it's Hungary, whether it's Greece, whether it's Cyprus, Turkey, wherever. Narrow down your list of countries, narrow down your list of universities and do further research. But I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you some insight, and I hope it got you started on your journey to considering Europe as a place to study medicine. If it did do all that, then drop a like down below on this video, smash that subscribe button, leave any comments you want down below asking me anything, any questions or sharing any comments in general, and share the video with your friends, family, whoever may be considering studying medicine abroad. And with that, I will see you in the next one.